Hi everyone, it's a good day. I got my little Danish flag because today I'm really proud about living in Denmark and I have some amazing news for you. Just to catch up first, the ones that haven't been following the case, there was a recent book released in Denmark regarding the children that grew up in Sea Organization in Denmark and how they were being abused. The writer is called Robert Dam. And in conjunction with the book release, there came out a series of news articles on Berlingske, which is one of the largest newspapers in Denmark. And it raised a lot of questions within the public. And there was a lot of follow-up articles that I would also like to go through at one point. But today I received some amazing piece of news. So actually, Robert Dam and Cyril, who the first article was about, both sent me this news article that I have translated into English because I don't want to skip anything. This is really important. This is not something you want to miss one word of, and this is really important. So I will just show you first the article here. Is it coming up? Sorry, I'm sharing a screen. I should be presenting. One moment. Here we go. Let's see. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Is it showing up now? I think it is. I'll just add it here. Can you see the news article at the moment? Yes, great. So I'll just read the headline from here. After stories about slave-like conditions, politicians want to clean up Scientology. Better today than tomorrow. And you can see we have a big article. Again, this has been published in print also today. So I will just go quickly through it. It's in Danish, so I will do a translation, a direct translation. But you can see there's a lot of space again used on publishing this article, and it has reached a lot of people today. So let me just see. Good. So I'll just read the article from the start. After a series of articles in Berlingske about conditions in Scientology which are described as modern slavery, a broad majority in Christiansborg, and that is the Danish parliament, will now intervene. It is completely unacceptable, is the reaction. In Denmark, children have signed contracts to work for 1 billion years after they have worked far more than most adults every single week. It is clear after Scientology defector Cyril Chiquet has told his story to Berlingske. It is a story about how, as a mere 16-year-old, he signed a contract for 1 billion years with Scientology's elite unit, the Sea Organization in Copenhagen. He has told how he worked from 9 to 11 every day of the week, and also about the pressures and punishments carried out by Scientology, and about knowing that a farewell to Scientology was also a farewell to his family members in Scientology. Berlingske has also told in a number of articles how the religious organization, which has located its European headquarters in Denmark, has bought up a number of properties in central Copenhagen. Scientology now owns properties worth 424 million Danish kroners in the heart of the city, partly as a result of a deliberate strategy of acquisitions. In addition to being a great value, Scientology continues to try to recruit new members to the properties. At the same time, another defector, Robert Dam, states a number of highly concerning matters within Scientology in his book Mörkets Hoteller, which has just been published. Berlingsche's articles on Scientology's approach are now prompting politicians to take action. The first quote comes here. After all, what Scientology does is brainwashing, states Member of Parliament Kim Oz, church representative for the Social Democrats. This has the consequence that they can create a fortune, among other things, by purchasing properties. But there is especially a human consequence in that destroys families. It is completely unacceptable and not something we have to accept in Danish society, he says. Kim Oz will now take up Scientology's work in the Danish Parliament's Church Committee at the next committee meeting. I also want to contact the Ministry of Church and hear what the information there is in relation to danger signals and how the process has been around Scientology in recent years, says Kim Oz. Annette Rafstrup, who is information manager for Scientology in Denmark, writes in an email to Berlingske, there are no minors in the Sea organization today, and there haven't been for years. However, it is not clear when this practice has ceased. Scientology did not want to be interviewed. Scientology is recognized as a religion in some other countries, including the United States. In Denmark, however, it is an organization. This means that Scientology's work falls under a number of different ministries and political agencies. Mai Mercado, who is the legal referent for the Conservative People's Party, believes that the social authorities must be involved. I believe that there are some social authorities who should go out and end Scientology. Better today than tomorrow. It is a cult that is strongly culture-bearing, and why shouldn't it still be happening when it has been? Why shouldn't it still be happening when it's been happening for so many years, says Mai Mercado. So basically, she is calling Scientology's bullshit. Why shouldn't it be happening today when it's been happening for so many years? There was no explanation from Scientology's side. She adds that authorities that fall under the area of employment should also investigate the conditions. This also applies if they are adults who work under slave-like conditions. We simply cannot accept that in a country like Denmark, where we have rights and where we are protected by the legislation, says Mai Mercado. She wants to get Minister of Justice Peter Hummelgaard from the Social Democratic Party on the field to see where and how it can be used. Scientology was founded in 1950 when the American science fiction author L. Ron Hubbard published the book Dianetics, The Modern Science of Mental Health. Dianetics led to the birth of Scientology. Since 1969, Scientology's European headquarters have located in Copenhagen, and they still do. The legal referent for the SF Socialistic People's Party, Karina Lorentzen Danhardt, also believes that Scientology should be investigated. This gives reason to direct the spotlight on this organization and the activities they have in Denmark. I would like to ask the Justice Ministry to explain the knowledge they have and which authority and efforts are targeted at this. If children get into trouble in Denmark, we are obliged to help them. Justice referent for the Left Party, Preben Bang Henriksen, also believes that there is a reason for extra vigilance when children are involved. There are deeply worrisome conditions we see documented around Scientology, he says and adds. There is, of course, an additional obligation for the social authorities with a view checking into the conditions of the minors. Preben Bang Henriksen points out, however, that there is already useful legislation in the area. At the same time, you have to ask whether, from a legislator's side, we have to step in and regulate basically matters of a family and ideological nature. We already have provisions in the Contracts Act, including 36 on unfair agreements that can be applied to any agreements that may be entered to. And if you are ineligible to sign, an agreement itself is illegal, says Preben Bang-Henriksen. So this is directly referring to the billion-year contract that Sea Organization members are obliged to sign. Justice referent for the radical left, Senja Stempe, also points out that the necessary legislation probably exists. We have to be careful when we say that we are going to make a new law. It may well be that we have sufficient legislation, but that the social authorities need to look a little more closely at Scientology. Scientology's status in Denmark as an organization, while they define themselves as a religion, also means that it can be problematic to place them. The problem, in a nutshell, is that such an organization can fall between chairs and areas of responsibility. Therefore, they have managed to go under the radar and be guilty of things that I think a very large majority in Denmark believe are totally and completely unacceptable and probably also illegal, says Senja Stempe. Senja Stempe will get hold of the Minister of Justice, Peter Hammelgaard, to find out what can be done. Helene Liljedahl Brunsholt, who is children and family referent for the Alternative Party, supports. In the Alternative, we look very seriously at the reports from Scientology that point of the systematic exploitation of children in particular, but also adults, which Berlingske has uncovered. It is crucial that all religious organizations comply with Danish legislation and respect the individual's freedom and rights. If this is not the case, it may be necessary for social authorities to pay extra attention to ensure that no children are harmed. Victoria Velasquez is the Employment and Working Environment referent for Enhedslisten, and she wants the Working Environment Authority on board. It is clear that Danish working environment regulations have been broken. That's why we want to hear what the Working Environment Authority's efforts are, so that these people, and especially the young people, don't get into trouble. Head of Information in the Church of Scientology Denmark, Annette Rafstrup, has only wanted to respond in writing to the criticism of Scientology. The written response reads, among other things, as volunteers and members of the religious order, members of the Sea Organization work long hours. They live in communal housing, eat together, wear uniforms, they receive medical and dental care, their transport is provided. In short, all expenses related to their duties are covered by the church. In addition, they get pocket money so they can buy personal items, as all other expenses are covered by the church. So that's what Cyril experienced. So this is basically the same response that they had already given on the prior article. In their response to the criticism in Berlingske, Scientology does not deny that they have been working hours from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day of the week. Just as the organization also does not relate to the fact that defector Cyril Chiquet was 16 when he signed a contract for the rest of his life and then worked to an extent that is in violation of the Danish law. That's the whole article. I think this gives a very clear statement to the Church of Scientology, what is acceptable and what's not. You can hear already that there's member of parliament from several different political parties, both in government and in the opposition, that are calling out for action from the Ministry of Justice, from the Work Ministry, and also from the social side, to have investigations regarding Scientology. So this is now something that has been put into motion, and I truly hope that it won't be stopped. So that's basically, the article for now. But I happen to know that this is not the end of the news regarding Scientology. I have a very strong feeling that this will be continuing and getting more headlines as the time goes by. And this is a great example also for the Congress of United States, where they have election season. We do not have election season in Denmark at the moment. This is the member of parliament, the people that we have chosen to represent the people of Denmark, that are saying that this is not okay and this should not be ignored anymore. I'll take some comments here. I can see Apostate Alex is here. This is great news. Well done, Miriam and Elron Hopgold. I'm impressed. Miriam, could you please send me the English translation and I will make sure. Yes, so I can do that. I just want to emphasize that this article itself has got nothing to do with myself or Elron Hopgold's efforts. I'm purely a vessel to deliver the good news to the rest of the world. This is all the work of Robert Dam publishing the new book called Mørkets Hotel, the Hotels of the Darkness, and ex-Sea York member, a second-generation Scientologist, Cyril Chiquet, who gave an article to one of the biggest newspapers in Denmark. So this is all thanks to them. I agree. This is amazing news. So please share this. Please, I can make a short translation of this, and maybe it could be also forwarded to the people that are making decisions in other countries as well. But I'm really happy to see that the Danish politicians have woken up finally. Cats hate cults. Great to see politicians who are listening and care enough to take action. Thank you, Miriam, for covering. You are welcome. You are welcome. I'm really happy to see so many of you here, because I think this is really important news to be sharing, not just in Denmark, but also everywhere else on this planet where Scientology exists. SB Chef, hi Samuel. Yes, this is very exciting news. I wanted to share it with everyone. Princess Bride, yes, all documents should be sent to governments worldwide. Absolutely. And I think when this actually will move forward in the Danish political environment, and they start to have discussions about this, it will for sure be relayed to other governments as well, because Scientology is an American organization, American human abusing cult that has got its tentacles in a lot of different countries. So absolutely, this is something that needs to be delivered, this message, to other countries as well. Fiona is saying, let's hope the rest of the world takes notice of Denmark's views and possible actions against Church of Scientology. I agree. And I think as soon as there will be something happening, this will absolutely be international news. Hans Christian Schwartz is saying, hold on a second, my mouse is a bit slow. Really great progress. Congrats, Miriam. Thank you. I'll accept the thanks on behalf of Danish people and the people that are unfortunately working slave labor in the Sea organization still at the moment. Let's hope the cult will be closed down soon so they can move on with their lives. Cinderella is saying, I hope this will mirror in our country for all. Yeah, I agree. Yes, the UN needs to be given this article. I agree. I've been thinking of contacting organizations such as UN and Amnesty also, because I think this would be exactly something on their line as well. Fiona is saying, this is so amazing and such exciting news. Let's hope they try and use existing laws to charge COS. Yeah, I agree. As it was explained in the article, it seems like the problematic status of Scientology being an organization, but not directly an employer or a religion, has maybe given them a little bit too much leeway to operate in the kind of way that they have done the last 50 years. Miriam, please let us know how us in the other parts of Europe can support in getting this through the parliament. Yeah, so basically what I can do is that I can collect the public email addresses of different members of parliament, and I can share that information. That will take a little while, and this news has just come out today, but it's definitely something I can work on. Style Audits 1A comments, where can I send you clips I'm finding for you, making my channel post for now? You can always send me a mail to scientologyupnorth@gmail.com. I got some comments from you and I'm really thankful for them, because I still need to deliver something to the authorities regarding our case with the restraining order. Janelle is saying, thank you for translating and sharing these news. You are very welcome. Nance Drew is here. Hello. Thank you so much for sharing the good news. And Nancy Alley is here, sharing your video onto the streets. Thank you so much. And here we have the man of the hour. Cyril is in the chat. Thank you so much for coming. I really felt like it was my duty to get the news out as soon as possible for as many people as possible. So Cyril is the person that was covered in the article that I read a couple of weeks ago, and he's been incredibly brave to tell his story to the whole Danish nation. I'm so happy that you're here, and I'm really hoping that you are also getting some hope from this good news in the press today. And Eggert Olofs, now Sweden needs to take action, and Norway also, even though the cult is literally dead here. Yeah. So I can't really comment. I don't have so much knowledge regarding the status in Sweden and Norway, and I have understood that Scientology itself is not very widespread, and there should not be, for my knowledge, any Sea organization members in Norway, and probably not permanent Sea Org people posted in Sweden either. I might be wrong on that, and then there are a few, but to my knowledge, there is no operating Sea Org in Sweden or Norway. And Samuel, yes, exactly. The marvelous Cyril, thanks for speaking out. Yes, it's absolutely amazing. Alex is also congratulating Cyril. That's really nice. You should show a lot of support for him, because he's the one who's been doing the big job and stepping out in Denmark and actually showing to the people what's going on here. Fiona is commenting, do not downplay the impact you and L. Ron Hubbard have in the making COS in the public eye. Thank you so much. I'm not sure how much attention we've been managing to get in the few months that we've been working, but for sure we're not going to stop, neither myself or L. Ron Hubbard. So we're going to continue. We'll need to find a different kind of channel if we are not allowed to show up at the organizations to protest, but we'll take it as it comes. Sea Org Rescue, thanks for all your hard work. You're brilliant. Thank you. I mean, I only translated the article and delivered the message, but I'm glad that you appreciate. Hi, Haggis Basher. Good to hear. I just found out last week Quebec filed a suit against them, and they had a large payout. That's amazing news. I think all these Scientology news should be shared and collected somewhere, so everyone would be aware of them and be able to give them also as a reference if they are trying to run a case in another country or another state. SB Crusader, yes, also thanking Cyril. you are helping more people than you'll ever know about. I totally agree. I think people have a tendency to take the information better when it has a face, and Cyril has given the face to whole Denmark of what it's like to grow up in Scientology, what it's like to be used by the organization, and what it's like to lose your family because of it. Absolutely. Egger, in the Oregon Norway's run-down commercial building that is actually condemned to be demolished. Yes. So apparently, that seems to be the case with a lot of orgs, especially if they're missions. I visited the Finnish mission in Vantaa, and that was also a very nasty looking place. Also, one of the Scientology schools in Denmark was also operating in a building that was condemned, and actually now they have just moved this semester out of the building. And Elron Hopko told me a couple of days ago that the building has been torn down now. So no one is having good conditions. Not the children that are studying in a Scientology school or the people that are working in Scientology orgs. It's only these big ideal organizations and AOs that seem to have the very big historical buildings that in the prime real estate in the middle of the city. But there's a lot of these rundown buildings where they are operating their missions. Nancy is saying, smash that like button, all please. Yeah, thank you very much. I really hope that this news is going to reach as many people as possible, so we can also give the good news to everyone in the world and on SBTV. And I will add the link to the news article in my video description. I will look into getting the contact details to different members of parliaments, especially the ones mentioned in this article, and probably the justice minister, also for the work environment ministry and the social ministry. So I will get back to that in the coming days, and I will make a separate community post about that. Thank you, Samuel. Thank you. Yes, very much appreciated. That's all I have for today, but I really wanted to share this good news with you right away, and let's work on our behalf, also giving more pressure to Scientology. I think this is also a good example to the US that getting in touch with the politicians, getting the media attention, contacting your local representatives. I mean, everything helps, and the more pressure there is, the more likely there is that there's going to be a change. So I really want to see the end of Scientology in my lifetime. Hopefully sooner than later. But I hope you're all going to have an amazing day and evening and morning wherever you are, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.